Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Money, Stocks, and Trades. In this video, I am going to do a walkthrough with you of how to set up and use a TradingView account. Now, look, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video, especially if you're a beginner, because this is going to be a detailed walkthrough and it's really going to help you get started. Now, if you're ever wondering of how to access TradingView, one thing you can do is go to the description of any of my videos and scroll down and you'll see here a link to TradingView. If you click on this at the time of this video, you'll at least get some type of promotion to TradingView, so it's definitely worth a try. Now, if you don't like a good freebie or a good promotion, then just go on to Google and type in TradingView and hit enter. After that, you should come up with several things, but hey, TradingView, click here, and that should get you to the main site. Now, TradingView is one of the most robust platforms for traders. Here's why I like to use TradingView. The first reason is that no matter what market you're trading, whether it is Forex, futures, crypto, stocks, options, TradingView will allow you to chart all of those assets. So if you're learning one and want to go over to another one, or if you're trading multiple assets at the same time, you'll definitely only need this platform. Second, I think TradingView is actually one of the most used platforms across all traders just because of how many tools and different tips and tricks that it has, or opportunities for you to add in indicators. And also, TradingView is free. So there is a free version that you can use. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but at least you don't have to pay for it. Now, the number one reason why I like TradingView is because if you go up here, you notice we came in and we had to put tradingview.com in. Well, it has a mobile app to it as well, and it's synced together. So I don't trade using Thinkorswim platform when I'm trading options. Just I don't chart when I'm using the Thinkorswim platform when I'm trading options, just because Thinkorswim does have a mobile version and they also have a web version, but they don't sync together. So anything I do on my charts, I would have to do the same thing on the other platform. But when I come over to TradingView, whatever I do on TradingView, whenever I pull up the mobile app for TradingView, my account syncs. And let me tell you something, when you're on the go and you're trading sometimes and you're moving away from your desk, you definitely need whatever you marked on your desktop or your laptop computers. You want it to show up when you're riding in your car or you're at work or you're at the store. So those are the top reasons why I highly recommend TradingView, and it costs nothing for you to give it a try. Let's get into it. So when you first come to this platform, it's going to show you all of the major indices. So the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Japan 225, and several other things that you can toggle through. So if you're looking to get a glimpse of the overall market, what it's doing, whether it's here in the US or foreign markets, whether you're doing Forex or whatever. So the major indices here, some stocks. If you just want to take a quick look at some of the top stocks, some of our heavy hitters, crypto, if you're in the futures, and so the commodities that you could take a look at if you're trading Forex, some of the pairs, bonds, as well as ETFs. So that is a quick glance. I don't hang around too many communities, but if you're looking for another way to find ideas of what people are doing, you definitely can find in that, as well as indicator strategy and top stories about the market. But looking to chart, you come up here to product and you hit on SuperCharts. All right. Now, the first thing you want to do is find the asset that you're going to be charting. So if you hit on this little magnifying glass, you will enter the ticker symbol of whatever it is that you want to chart. But it's important to know that because this is such a robust platform and it covers so many asset classes as well as different exchanges across the world, you want to make sure if you're in the US that you are charting on US exchanges. for US time frames. So let's look here. It'll always give you a few suggestions. So for example, we can see this is NVIDIA Corporation, and then we see another NVIDIA Corp, right? Well, this right here is the NASDAQ, and NASDAQ is a part of the United States, but this is on a different exchange, the GETTEX. So if you don't have the ticker symbol and your kind of name of the corporation, just make sure you're on one of the US stock exchanges if you're in the US. A highly charted one is QQQ. But here, if you know your ticker symbol, you can just type it in. So let's say, for example, right? So as we can see, there's tons of Apple symbols for different exchanges, but I am looking at the one here. So I click on it and then it pulls up the chart. Let's see. Okay, our chart is pulled up. What it's going to do is it's going to show you the date and times at the bottom. Now, anything after 12 o'clock, it is going to be in military time. And if you're pulling up a stock on an exchange that closes, the NASDAQ or US, anything in the New York Stock Exchange closes at a time, the here will stop and it'll show back up when it opens again. So you won't see all 24 hours if it's not a 24-hour asset. But this is where you put in your ticker symbol. If you come here, this is where the time frame, you can, if you trade on ticks, then you can select the ticks here. If you trade on, 1 minute, 30 minutes, an hour, you the frame there. Now, here is the type of candle, or however you like your bars to look. So you can change things around. Let's say if you wanted a hollow candle, or you wanted lines, trade from lines and not candles at all, then you can switch that there. Before I get into indicators, I'm going to go over here to the box. This is where if you want to pull up more than one asset at the same time, but you can chart them there, but depending on how level that you purchase with TradingView will be the determining factor of how many assets you can kind of at the same time. But if you're monitoring two assets, then you just want to make sure you click on, area that you want, and then make sure that's the ticker symbol that you want. And then if you want the right box, you click there. And again, make sure that that's the ticker symbol that you want. You just come in into ticker symbol. Let's say I'm going to look at QQQ there. Okay. So you're monitoring more than one asset, but this window right here is where you can toggle between different and how many different assets you're looking at. But again, the more you desire to put up on your screen at one time, the need probably to come off of the free version. So I'm going to change it back to one because that's all I need for right now. All right. So let's go back over to the left of the screen, and here is where you're going to find your indicators. I know that is probably one of the most important things for traders, and there are tons of them here if you don't trade or know of anything to trade. Some people trade with a naked chart and like this and just look at price action, but you'll come here. You can star some as your favorites as you find them. That way they won't be that hard. If you really get into it, you can have some personal scripts, but they have some technicals, some invite only. So sometimes you may be a part of communities, or you may purchase a course and your instructor may give you like your personal course, and you can just copy and paste the link here and share it. And so it'll be private, you can access it unless they paid for it or a part of that. These are some community scripts as far as I know. They're free, but if come here to technicals, this is usually where you can find most of the scripts. Like accidentally touched on one. So it'll up and you can find most of the scripts. If you don't like it, just hit this back button. We'll get you back. You're back to where it was. But you can find most scripts here. If you have a name, like you're listening to someone on YouTube and they say, hey, I've been average daily range, and you can type in average daily range, and you can see that there are a lot of them. You have to try them out to kind of which one you like, or if you know the name of the person who created it, then you can look here on inside. But these are all average daily range indicators you can add to your chart made by all these different people. So let's, for example, this one has the VWAP. So some may trade with the average daily range plus the VWAP lines, and I can click on it to give it a try. And as you see, it popped up on the screen. If you want to know how to manage your indicators once they are on your screen, you come here to toggle here. As you see, I have quite a few indicators. Now, when I hit this, that was already on there. That what does is it allows it to show or disappear. So right now I have it where it's hidden from my chart. But let's look at the one I just put on there. So it's there, so I'm gonna hide it, right? And now it doesn't show on the screen. So I can put it back on, and that's without Xing out of the indicators. If I want to change things around, like how it looks, the style, so lines to the lines, and or the length, so I can change that type of indicator within my system. If I find that I don't like it, I can remove the indicator from my chart. Now, the free version will only let you use so many indicators at one time, because that's the other thing. You can add multiple indicators to your chart, like I have here. I have several indicators going on at one time. Now, guys, look, I do have these indicators up, but they're not a suggestion for you to use them or get into any trade. So right now they're all hidden, but let's say I'm turning this one on, I'm turning that one on, I'm turning another one on. I can turn them all on at the same time. But again, depending on the level of all right, after you're done determining what indicators you plan on using, you can come over here, and on this sidebar, you'll see a lot of your drawing tools. So in the first one, here's where you can find your trend lines, a horizontal line, crosses, and any other type of lines you'd like to draw. You just click on it, and then you come here and draw whatever it is you want. Here's how you erase it. Here's also how you can change the color. You can change the thickness up here of how thick you want the line to be. If you want to leave it in just your settings, and find your settings, which are more advanced things that you can change to. And you can also create alerts off of the trend line that you drew. And I'll show you alerts a little later. If you need to remove it, just hit the trash can. Here's where you'll find a lot of your Fibonacci levels. So if you're a Fibonacci trader, you can find your fib circles, spirals, your fib channels, and just your regular fib retracement by clicking on it and draw it however you normally draw. And it's the same. You can change the lines for some of your colors here if you want to change them. You can change how thick the line is as well, whether it's visible or not, or just delete it all completely. Here are some more patterns and triangles for more advanced trading. This one brings even more projection trading. Now for more simpler tools, where if you're looking for like a highlighter, an arrow, maybe to show market chart and show where you got in and out, as well as a rectangle. So if you wanted to create a box, let's say maybe where this is trading, you can come here and create your rectangular box so that you can keep up with it. And let me try to see. I'm in Tesla. So this may be a better example if I'm creating a box to kind of show or mark the gap, right? And then that'll come up and I can kind of see it even when I go on higher time frames. I'll still be able to kind of see that box. All right. So All right, so once the box is there, go backwards, take the box away. All right, once the box is there, I can also come here and add different text, tables. I can flag something. If I, for some reason, need a fun chart, I can add emojis or whatnot, and a few other things. So just throw the whole thing in the trash. Why not? All right. So coming over on this side, to your right hand side, this is more where you can create your watch list. In order to create a watch list, you can come here and name your watch list. So you can create a new list. You can name it, and this is sample day trading list, right? And then I'll come here to this arrow to add any ticker symbol that I would like. So to add a ticker symbol, you can either type it in if you don't see it already here. But if you see it and it's the one you want, you click this plus sign button and it'll add it over here to your watch list. And that way, when you're trading throughout the day, you don't, if you're toggling between different stocks or assets that you're trading, all you have to do is click it to toggle between it instead of coming over to the left side of your screen and typing in a ticker symbol each time. So it makes for faster movement and faster availability to get through the stocks. Now, if you expand your watch list a little bit out like I did, whenever you click on whatever symbol that you're looking to trade, there will be news or analytics down at the bottom that you can kind of stay and watch whatnot while you're trading. So if you wanted to kind of look at a little bit more um, data around the asset that you're trading, they will have some or should have some there for some of the assets. Okay. So that's the watch list. That's how you get in and out. You just touch this line right here and it'll expand it or shrink it. Here is where you can set alerts. So to set a new alert, you click the plus sign. Here it's going to bring an alert to whatever chart that I'm in. So Tesla during regular trading hours. Do I want do I want this alert to be based off of my price or one of the indicators that I'm currently using? So I want the stock to cross up, be crossing or going down, greater than, less than. Um, so let's say I want it to be less than, alert me when Tesla is less than $230 and every time or only just one time. All right. Then you can give this an expiration date. So I want it to watch the chart for me as long as it'll go, which is May 16th, right? And I can name the alert and then I can press create. Now, before I press create, I definitely want to make sure my notifications are turned on. So how do I want to be notified? So if you have the app download, which right now I'm on a desktop version or a laptop version, but if I don't download the app, again, the app syncs with the web version here or I said I'm using my desktop. It's not really a desktop version, but I'm able to use it. So if the app is it syncs. So therefore, if I have my notification on my phone turned on, then I will get alerts through my phone. So just make sure it's turned on there. You should be able to download it from any Google. I believe I guess it's Google Play for Android and or any Apple um, store should allow you to download the TradingView app. Um, you can also have it sent to your email that you register your account with on your profile. You can determine what type of sound it will play, or you can send a plain text email. You hit create here, and then it'll pop up as one of your active alerts, like it did here. As you can see, it's active. And then alerts that I had in the past that have triggered or stopped will be here. Of course, you can delete them if you like, edit them or restart them again. Okay. So that is pretty much what you need to know. But also, one really great thing that hopefully I want to make sure I'm showing you the replay bar and how you can go back in time. So if you are studying and trying to learn um, or test out different strategies over the weekend or while the market is closed or definitely not open, you can go back to a specific date and time in the replay, and you can pretend or add a strategy, add an indicator, and try to practice what you would do, how you would get in and out of the market. So you can also kind of paper trade it by hitting buy or sell, and you can press play. You determine your speed, and this tells you which chart you're on, but you can press play and watch the market play out and determine if you would have gotten in, gotten out, bought or sold. you know did your strategy work for you or work against you? So we all know that back testing and practicing are definitely good parts of trading. Now, this is definitely a beginner friendly video. So, a ton more robust things that you can do, including trading directly from the charts if you're trading certain off of certain platforms, including different screeners and various things like that. But this is basically what you need to get started. It will actually be all that a lot of people need to be very successful as a trader and learning or on your trading, on your trading journey. Okay. So if there's something else that you would like me to cover, please let me know. Like if you enjoyed this video though, please give it a thumbs up. Please like it, please share, and please leave me a message in the comments letting me know if there's something you'd like me to go over or something you want me to cover next. Now, if you have not opened up an options trading account, I will link that video. Please see here for step-by-step instructions on how to successfully open an options trading account so that you can begin um, trading options. Now, specifically, I use Charles Schwab so that I can have a Thinkorswim platform. And that's what I'll be teaching you in that video. But if there's something else you want to learn, let me know too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.